Coming up on DITV, University of Iowa students could expect to see an increase in tuition. How much? Stay tuned to find out. And later, is space completely out of this world? Find out how one UI professor is making it closer to Iowa than you think.
Iowa baseball had 2 players take home Big Ten Player of the Week honors.
We'll tell you who in sports.
There are some April showers coming our way this week. Stay tuned for weather.
All that and more coming up on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV. Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Mackenzie Cooper. We have a lot to cover today, so let's get to our top story. Former Vice President and Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden is making his first stop in Iowa today. Biden is expected in Cedar Rapids later this morning, where he will be holding a rally at the Veterans Memorial Building. He will then visit Dubuque later this evening. Biden will be making a stop in Iowa City tomorrow at Big Grove Brewery. Biden officially kicked off his campaign on Monday in Pittsburgh, where he discussed President Trump's tax cuts.
The stock market is roaring, but you don't feel it. There was a $2 trillion tax cut last year. Did you feel it? Did you get anything from it? Of course not. Of course not. All of it went to folks at the top.
He also touched on the deadly shooting at a California synagogue over the weekend, describing it as a battle for America's soul.
I just want to take a moment, quite frankly, to reflect on something that happened here in the state not long ago, a matter of fact, very recently. It reflects on the anti-Semitic attack that took place this weekend in Poway Synagogue in California. 1 dead, 3 injured. But folks, we saw hate in Charlottesville. We saw it again in Pittsburgh at the Tree of Life Synagogue, the attack of the deadliest in American history on a Jewish community. And we're reminded again that we are in a battle. We are in a battle for America's soul. I really believe that. And we have to restore it.
Be sure to stick with the Daily Iowan as we give you full coverage of Joe Biden's first campaign visit to Iowa. The State Board of Regents will consider increasing tuition by 3.9% for both the University of Iowa and Iowa State University. This was based on a proposal that the State Board of Regents unveiled on Monday. This comes after the Regents wanted to increase the total tuition by a minimum of 3% in November. The proposal suggests that non-resident undergrads attending the U of I would face only a 1% increase. Meanwhile, non-resident undergrads attending Iowa State would face a potential 4.9% increase. Students attending University of Northern Iowa would not be affected by the tuition increases. Finalizing of the bill will not take place until June after the Board of Regents takes a final vote. The University of Iowa is remaining firm on their stance to not pay Cedar Rapids construction company Modern Piping. The university was court-ordered in a settlement to pay more than $13 million to Modern Piping for building the Stead Family Children's Hospital. The university will not pay the court-ordered $13 million until they receive the final construction records. And it may be at the last day of April, but it doesn't look like those April showers are going anywhere. We have Anthony Caligiuri in the weather studio with more.
Thanks, Kenzie. This morning we have a high of 51 degrees and a 90% chance of rain with overcast skies and the possibility of some scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Moving into the evening, there will be a low of 47 degrees with thunderstorms becoming more steady throughout the night. That stormy weather is going to be continuing through this week, so let's take a look at our extended forecast. On Wednesday, there will be a high of 65 degrees and a low of 50. Those scattered thunderstorms from Tuesday evening will be continuing into the morning and skies will become overcast in the afternoon. Moving into Thursday, there will be an overcast skies with a small chance of rain throughout the day. Temperatures will remain consistent with the high in the mid-60s and a low in the lower 40s. On Friday, we'll be again seeing cloudy skies with a high of 65 and a low in the upper 40s. Those clouds will move out of the area, revealing most of the clear skies overnight. Saturday is looking like it will be the best day of the week with mostly sunny skies and a high in the 70s and a low in the 50s. On Sunday, again, there will be a high in the 70s with partly cloudy skies and mostly clear skies overnight. Although we'll be enduring some rain during the weekend is looking like it will be very enjoyable. So make sure you get outside and soak up in the sun. Mackenzie, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Anthony. Outer space may seem like out of this world, literally, but it's closer than we think. I sat down with one UI professor who proves that the University of Iowa is at the forefront of space exploration. Space, a unique and complicated concept that has only been partially explored. But here at the University of Iowa, physics and astronomy professor Dr. Casey DeRue is making strides with space exploration through new technology.
The goals of my research is to build new instruments that enable us to make increasingly more sensitive observations. And one of the driving factors in X-ray instrumentation is to try and discover half of the missing matter in the universe.
With these big picture concepts, you'd think DeRue has been interested in space exploration all his life, but really, he had other plans.
I went to college, was actually planning on being a religious studies major, and wanted to be a theologian. And I took a course on life in the universe. That educational experience plugged me in essentially to the community. There is a real sense that X-ray astronomy is a young field. We've only been doing X-ray astronomy for about 50 or 60 years. You don't have to go very far before you're at the forefront of things that we haven't observed or don't know.
And when it comes down to it, DeRue wouldn't want to be working anywhere else.
I'm a Hawkeye. I actually I did my graduate career here. And in some ways, being back here, leading my own instrumentation group is a really exciting thing. University of Iowa is engaged at the forefront of space instrumentation research, so there's the potential to make a really big impact here with the skills and interests that I have.
Dr. DeRue hopes that this research will encourage other students to also get involved in astronomy and space discovery, and it sounds like he's making a legacy for himself. And it sounds like sports also has a Hawkeye legacy to talk about. John and Cade, take it away.
Yeah, we start off this sportscast with some sad news out of the Iowa basketball program.
DITV Sports Director Lucy Rodin has more on the death of one former Iowa basketball player.
We got word from the Iowa basketball program this weekend that former Hawkeye Kenny Arnold passed away on Saturday at the age of 59. Arnold was part of the 1980 Final Four team and led Iowa to 4 NCAA tournaments while he was a Hawkeye. For the past 30 years, he's battled several health issues, including a brain tumor and several strokes. After his passing, Fran McCaffrey said that Iowa basketball has lost one of the greatest players it's ever seen. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, Lucy Rodin, DITV Sports.
Our hearts go out to the Arnold family and the Iowa basketball community.
Moving on, the track and field team traveled to Des Moines this weekend for the 110th annual Drake Relays. The competitive environment was the perfect opportunity for a lot of Hawkeyes to hit personal bests.
After setting 3 school records last week, thrower Lulaga Tusaga fell just short in her shot put competition, finishing in second, but took home gold in the discus.
And jumper Jay Hunt recorded a career best in his first time competing at Drake. He jumped 6 foot 11.5 inches, which gave him a tie for 4th.
The relay team of Grace McCabe, Taylor Acro, Tia Sanders, and Mallory King broke the school's 32-year record in the 4x800 meter relay by 15 seconds to take second in the event.
And on top of that, the women's team took home the Drake Hy-Vee Cup for the 3rd consecutive year, while the men finished in second.
And everyone from Iowa was hyping it up, of course, telling me the energy's great, and the energy was awesome. Like, people were cheering me on, competitors, fans, everyone. It was a great atmosphere.
Well, it gives me confidence to be able to say that I can be one of the top girls in this country. It's a talented field of people, and it's a super competitive country. So.
Tusaga and the rest of the track team will have the opportunity to face more of some of the best competition in the country when they host the Big Ten Track and Field Championships in Iowa City in 2 weeks.
Iowa football isn't competing anytime soon, but we got a final look at them during their last spring practice on Friday.
The run game is looking solid next year with 3 running backs returning, including Ivory Kelly Martin, who had a nice little run there.
We got to see backup quarterbacks Spencer Petras and Peyton Mansell take some snaps, even though it's looking like the defense made the most of it.
The Hawks are feeling good getting out of spring ball, but Coach Ferentz knows it's a long way until September.
I think overall we had a good spring practice. We didn't certainly win any games or anything like that, and tonight was not the showcase of spring ball by any stretch. some good efforts out there, some good things going on individually, but you know, to think that we'll win any of our 12 games next year with that energy level is probably not going to be cutting the mustard. So, you know, we still have some work to do, but I think overall, I think we made good progress, saw some good growth individually, and you know, I think we're moving ahead as a football team. So.
To us, we don't really feel like pressure. Like, it's just us, you know, getting better each and every day. So, you know, we just coming in here, you know, putting in the work, and, you know, we know that we have to take that step forward. But I want to say is, you know, so much pressure on us. We just coming in here playing ball, you know, knowing that we can help the team out. So we just falling on our abilities to play, go out there, coming in here, going to work, and then, you know, putting out on the field what we put in practice.
It ain't easy to go through 15 spring ball practices at the University of Iowa. I mean, we're going through blocks, we're going through 9-on-7 every day, you know, and we're hitting every day. It's not like we're taking days off. That's not Coach Ferritz's motto, but, you know, I think overall, I think we've really built on our gameplay, our technique, our fundamentals, and especially our leadership.
Gotta love what Paulson said there. I can't imagine it's easy going through spring practice at the University of Iowa.
Yeah, especially for you, Cade. But, you know, another thing that's not easy, winning Big Ten Baseball Player of the Week. But Zeb Adrian, he did it.
The junior helped Iowa win 3 games last week, hitting .556 with 5 hits, 5 RBI, 3 double, and 3 runs scored, which includes his first Division I home run.
This is Adrian's first ever Player of the Week honor, and he's actually getting to share the awards with Brendan Schur, who is named Big Ten Freshman of the Week.
Schur had 2 multi-hit games last week where he scored 3 runs, 2 RBIs, 1 double, and 1 home run, and he also stole 2 bases on top of all of that.
And those two will be back swinging tonight when Iowa hosts Western Illinois at 6:05 at Dwayne Banks Field, weather permitting.
And we'll have highlights from that game back here tomorrow.
Mackenzie, we're going to swing it back to you at the desk.
Today is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, a day dedicated to helping animals in need. And here every Friday, DITV promotes an animal looking for a new home during the ICAC Animal of the Week. And since today is a special day, why don't we do our own version of the ICAC Animal of the Week? Today's furry friend is Bibby. Bibby is a 1-year-old pit bull mix. She's an affectionate dog looking for someone to be her new best friend. Bibby entered the shelter with a painful eye condition where the eyelashes grow inward rather than outward. Now Bibby is looking and feeling much better and is hoping to explore the world with a fresh perspective and a new owner. Bibby knows her basic skills and tricks and is always eager to learn more. For more information about Bibby, check out the ICAC website, call the phone number, or go give her a visit. And be sure to check out our weekly ICAC Animal of the Week segment every Friday. Well, thank you for tuning in to this Tuesday morning edition of DITV. Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news. And if that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition of the news on stands now. For DITV, I'm Mackenzie Cooper. Have a great day, Iowa City.
DITV is celebrating their achievements from the 2019 Iowa Broadcast News Association Awards, being named the #1 college news station in Iowa. The IBNA has also recognized DITV with Best Sportscast featuring Lucy Rodin and Natalie Accapetti, Best Weather Coverage from DITV's Weather Team, a first place finish in spot news coverage by Noah Gowdy, a second place finish for an in-depth series by Bo Bowman, second and third place finishes for Best Newscast produced by Anthony Caligiuri and Becca Scadden. Feature reporting and political coverage by Sydney Zatz. Excellence in reporting, general reporting, and public affairs by Caitlin Cluck. And finally, excellence in anchoring featuring Anthony Caligiuri, Mackenzie Cooper, and Becca Scadden. We'd like to thank the University of Iowa community and viewers like you for your continued support of DITV.